Thank you for joining our online reading session of the book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, Om Gyan Timiranda Sriyananjan Shalakya Chaksharam Litamya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikas Swami Nidanamane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidanamane Namaste Saraswati Deve. गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी भाष्य देशधारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करति वाचन पंगम लंगायते गिरिमित कृपादहं देव श्री गुरुनिताय परमानंद माधव श्री चैतन्य गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय गदाधर कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय वागीशायस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्यस्य सुरक्षस्य यस्यास्ति तं नरसिंहं मदं भागवते योऽन्तः प्रविशं मातुमामृतसत्तां सञ्जीवयत्य अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम् श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् मुक्ते प्रशाय श्रीगुरुवर्यवाण्या प्रवचनसुखाब्दं चिन्तनं Hare Krishna. So we are reading from the book The Modern Mission of Srila Prabhupada. We are in the volume 3. We are in part 17, Organization and Management. And in that we are in chapter 5, Cooperation with Hierarchy. So we continue to read from that section. It is good that you GBC members are meeting and conjointly discussing such things as life membership, book distribution, etc. While being individually responsible for their zones, GBC members were encouraged to mutually consult whenever required. You have a very wide range of area to cover and many things to look after. Please do it very soberly, consulting with your GBC godbrothers when necessary. Although management was principally to be by the temple presidents and GBC men, it was a responsibility for all the disciples and details what to be worked out cooperatively. I am desiring now to turn out the management of the society to my disciples. The temple presidents and GBC men especially, so cooperatively you may work out the management details. General spirit. Decide among yourselves what is to be done and do the needful. This is management. Yes. One of the core principles of management, whether it may be management, yes, I am trying to, I got some idea to something to speak. One of the core principles of management, whether it may be management of our own life or management of our, or when we are with other devotees, or when we are in the ashram, when we are in the, and it may be anything for that matter. Yeah, anything should be taken, deciding, anything should be decided uh, among amongst the devotees. Just like in a family, if a wife does whatever she likes, or if a husband does whatever he likes, then there is not cooperation among husband and wife. So among temple devotees also, if something is to be done, it should be consulted, or it should be told, or it should be discussed among devotees. Not that you inform one fine day that I am doing like this. I have to tell you something. I have to tell you before I'm doing. I'm going to do this. I'm telling you this. That's all. It's not that is not cooperation among devotees. This shows the independent nature of the people. That's all. In that way, ashram cannot go on. Even household, grahastha ashram or brahmachari ashram cannot go on. And those who are devotees are doing whatever they want to do. They cannot stay in brahmachari ashram. Ashram means we have to discuss whatever we do, take a decision, and then it should be done. So yeah, whatever is to be done, it should be decided among yourself. That means it should be discussed. Okay, or it may be. We are going to do like this. What is your opinion? What is your opinion? What do you think? What do you think? And then final decision is the main person that is there. But that is the way it works. Otherwise, because nowadays, in ISKCON, many devotees, they're not under anybody. They are independent of their own. They are alak niranjan. They are doing their own thing. They are in their own world. They are in their own life. Lonely, mostly lonely, own. That work. Actually, better uh, Sange Shakti Kali Yuge. Sangha. By Sangha, we get Shakti. By alone, no Shakti. We think that we may be good individually, but actually it is not so. You can see from their activities, from the way they are fully in mental platform. Better we be with devotees, whether we whatever we do in the house or anything, that is cooperation. Array, outside people are doing very nicely. We have to tell this to devotees. what kind of what kind of Kali Yuga has come. Devotees read Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada spent only 1 year alone in United States. 1 year alone he was. After 1 year, that's all. He increased his numbers like anything. Sometimes Guru Maharaj, I know as a servant, many devotees come to Maharaj and say, Maharaj, I'm alone. Standard answer Maharaj gives, preach and make devotees. And when you make devotees, you have so many people. Speak to them. Oh, you may say, I am speaking to people, I am going out. But that is not the thing. You should have a circle. You should have devotees whom you have association. You have people who day-to-day affairs, they are with you, sleep, of course, sleeping with you, eating with you, conversing with you. Every day it is like, it should be like that over a period of time. We should never be alone. We should never take decisions in our life alone. And Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, many times, many devotees, and especially I have seen ISKCON devotees are more alone than lonely than outside people. ISKCON devotees, many devotees are alone, lonely, and it is not good. It's not good. Many devotees, either they are divorced, either they have left their husband or wife, or they are not there with their kids. They are somewhere else, some other people, even brahmacharis, even myself. I'm not alone. I want to. That's why I want to stay in the temple. I tolerate in a temple so that we tolerate. Okay, stay in the temple. Whatever may be this thing, even if it may be temple politics, maybe devotees, this, that, we have to just tolerate. No problem. So better be in that environment. It is good to keep our mind under austerity. Trinadapi Sunichena. Otherwise, how will you know whether you are tolerant? Somebody should say to you, even if you don't like, somebody should say, it is like that. Oh, I can't. Just go into the forest somewhere else, woods. So it's important. Guru Maharaj gave many lectures on that. Yeah, so you can hear them. Okay, yeah, for studying ourselves, we may be alone. For many devotees take a break and then go for research, studying Prabhupada's books, deep studies. They read Bhagavatam, they read Chaitanya Charitamrita, they read Brad Bhagavatam. Yesterday, mm, the BBT International or BBT India, I don't know BBT India or International, they have released a 5 volume set of Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Siddham of Rupa Goswami. This is for yesterday. I want to take that book and read it. It's very beautiful, verse by verse. So it's very good. We should read it. Deep study is required. So for that, sometimes we may be alone or we may be with few devotees, one or two. So that's why better we be with always be with devotees. Never travel with devotees, distribute books with devotees, eat, sleep with devotees. That is very safe for us always. That creates humility, that creates so much. We may not like other devotees, whatever they are doing, oh, this, that. We may have so many things. We may think we want to be alone, but never, never. Austerity, that is austerity. Austerity for the devotee is to be with another devotee. It is very difficult. It's very difficult. In this Kali Yuga, to be with another devotee is very difficult because he has a different mindset, he has different traits, he has come from different womb of a mother. He can't be alone, he can't be same. You have to tolerate, and then that's why Shravan Kirtan is main important thing. The main thing is that when devotees associate like that, don't talk unnecessarily here and there. We have to have Shravan Kirtan, read slokas, read Prabhupada's books, read. In that way, that association will be very fruitful. This, that, so much politics, not required. Okay, continue. While aware that a cooperative spirit did not come easily to his disciples. Yes, but knows. Srila Prabhupada nevertheless asked them to put aside their fighting attitude and work cooperatively for a higher purpose, accepting the authority of GBC. Yes, but nowadays nobody bothers GBC temple because they know they see all sorts of things. So better they want to be alone. Better they want to go away somewhere, chant their own. Uh, uh, there is nobody to play kartal. So they have invented that on the mridanga itself they have kartal. So they will play like that. There is nobody to. Guru Maharaj gave in one lecture, said that ISKCON should not become like a Hindu temple wherein in South India they have a musical instrument switched on by the electric. There is an electric uh, kartal and mridanga, dhol. You would have seen. Devotees saw anytime the electric dhol and kartal instrument. Did anybody see? I don't know. Okay, I can show you. I
Yes,
can show
Guruji.
you how that. I can show you how that looks like. This is called as electronic uh, dhol and kartal. South India. Mostly it is in South India. Now it is there in all over India, but it is manufactured in South India. It is invented by some person in South India. What will happen
I,
is
I
you
saw
bring
it,
up,
Prabhu.
huh?
I saw it in many temples.
Yeah, this is the one.
Hmm.
See, you saw in South India, I think, in South India or in North India also
Here in
some
Assam,
temples.
here in Assam also, Prabhuji, there are many temples where they have no devotees to play mridanga and kartal, so they put that
Oh,
instrument.
In ISKCON temple?
In ISKCON temple? No, 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 not in ISKCON temple.
The, uh, I never saw in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math. I saw in the general temples like Matha temple or
Yes.
Shivji temple, Ram Mandir, sometimes in Hanuman Mandir. I have seen there. I have it there, but I will show you because people have not seen. They will think that I'm making it up. One second. Electronic um, dhol bells. Mm, if anybody finds, can you share? Something like this. Okay, I will share this. Um, yes, something like this. You see this? You see this? Yes, yes. This is exactly the one which I wanted to show. It is like this. You saw that? There is a machine, and there is a bells, and there is dhol. If you switch on the button, immediately this dhol will play. Tanka tank, a particular tune. Four tunes will be there. Four tals, five tals. So it will play automatically. So Maharaj said in one lecture that our temple should not be like this. So we have to be very, very cautious. It might become like that. Who knows what's going to happen? So now, and I can tell you, in some temples, because there are no devotees to play to sing Gaurarati, what they do, they play Gaurarati in the CD or nowadays CD is not there. Even in the flash drive, they play like that. They don't. There is nobody to sing. Even the devotees, they come, they can't sing. They don't. They can't sing. They have 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years in Krishna, but they can't sing. They don't know the. Even if their tal is wrong, it is not like that. Everybody can sing something. Even if you don't know the kartal, you can sing. You should sing. You should know at least to chant the prayers. Samsara dava nagali lok, like that. You may not sing. So it's very precarious condition. Can you imagine? So it's all because of fighting between devotees. All these things happen. Prabhupada is and continuing. The GBC authority must be accepted under all circumstances. Not that there will be fighting among you. This fighting spirit will destroy everything. But what can I do? You American and European boys are trained in this fighting attitude. See, Mark, Prabhupada is like banging them like anything. Now put it aside and simply work cooperatively for spreading this movement all over the world. So it's not that we can't cooperate with anybody. It's not possible like that. Some other person will be there with whom we can work. So we should work with them. Some devotees cannot work with anybody. They have so many problems. So Maharaj said to that certain of devotees to open their own center. Uh, Open your own center and work. No problem. You do your own work. You have devotees, call them, read them along with you. Read, have a place, read them, read Prabhupada's books. Just tell them to read. There are so many devotees online are there, 50, 60, at least there are more than 100 devotees are there who attend daily online classes. They never go to the local temple. They never do anything, just online attending classes, online reading books, online chanting, and they are very initiated. So many devotees like that. And they meet once in a year because they're in various parts of the world. They meet once in a year. There's so many devotees like that. Krishna Smaran Prabhu's, I don't know whether you devotees know Krishna Smaran Prabhu. He is very famous among IIT and student preaching. His whole preaching happened only by meeting them in a very, once in a year, twice in a year. And then so many students, every time I meet these Krishna, they are very, very conservative people. They don't talk to anybody. They don't tell them that they are devotees. They don't wear kanti mala. They don't chant outside. They don't distribute books. Nothing. But they are devotees, very nicely chant. But when you ask them something about, like for example, we went to one college in Salem, somewhere in the remotest part of the Tamil Nadu, somewhere in Tamil Nadu, we were distributing books, and the particular department head. Who was in charge for whole thing? He was cooperating with us like anything, and we was thinking, who is this guy who is telling Prabhuji, who is telling us to Hare Krishna every time we meet? He gives us foods. Oh, just 1 second. I have to receive the call. Somebody else can continue. Hare Krishna. Somebody else can continue. Hare Krishna. Asita Prabhu, you can continue.
Okay, bro. On the one hand, Srila Prabhupada propped up the authority of the GBC, yet on the other, he limited their power. GBC members are simply to see that things are going on. Other centers have got president, secretary, etc., and they are managing separately. That is the formula. So, how is it that the GBC are the final authority? They're simply to examine that things are going on nicely. That's all. specific instructions for how sannyasis are to interact with temple presidents. In regards to a question about how the relationship between a sannyasi and the temple president should be, my hope is that you will be able to cooperate together. The temple president is in charge and the sannyasi should not contradict the instructions. Although if he does something wrong or if he sees a fault or defect, he should bring it out directly to the temple president and then work it out in a Krishna conscious way. Not that he will try to override the temple president's authority. I want that all work. I want that you all work together cooperatively. Junior devotees were also expected to subscribe to this hierarchical yet mutually respectful system. Work closely with and take advice from your elder god brothers like the temple president and the GBC. Wanting that leaders think globally, not locally, Srila Prabhupada warned that excessive zonal consciousness was mundane, would lead to warlike confrontation, and was unbefitting devotees of Lord Chaitanya. We shall not think that this is my zone, that is his zone, just like the Indian and Pakistan nation are thinking, and then there is war. No, Lord Chaitanya has given us the task to spread his message all over the world, and any process which may be useful for facilitating this business we shall gladly adopt. Never mind his zone or my zone, that is material designation. But we shall always do everything in a cooperative spirit and avoid any fighting among us. That is the Vaishnava attitude because Lord Chaitanya has advised us to always offer all respects to others, especially to the devotees of the Lord. And the question was raised, is there a GBC for Thailand? Srila Prabhupada responded, every GBC is for everywhere. Interaction of GBCs and temple presidents.
Pita Prabhu, you're okay? You're feeling well? It's fine?
Yeah, actually I was doing some work, but that's okay.
No, you're not reading firmly. You're just go and reading now. So devotees may not be able to follow. You're a little bit going fast. You can be a little bit in such a way that devotees go with you. Sorry.
Yeah, not an issue, bro. You want me to read?
Yeah. Continue. No problem.
Okay. Temples were to be independent and guided by the president, who functions under the oversight of the local GBC. Every temple shall be independent and self-supporting. Let every temple president work according to his own capacity and improve the Krishna consciousness of his center. Whatever organization needs to be done, the presidents may
To
handle.
improve. Maybe this is to improve, not and improve. It's to
Mhm.
improve the cognition.
To improve the Krishna consciousness of his center. Whatever organization needs to be done, the presidents may handle and take advice and assistance from the GBC representative. In this way, let the society's work go on and everyone increase their service at their own creative rate. Within their respective zones, GBC members were to be mostly supervisory, focusing on core spiritual activities, leaving management largely to the presidents. As GBC, you must see that the highest standards of routine work are maintained throughout all the centers, and that chanting, rising, early, cleansing, and all other aspects of our regular program may not be neglected. That is our first business. GBC men should not dictate very much, simply supervise and see that the standards are maintained. The individual president should be more managerial, more individual, and you can supervise. And if some defect is detected, you can make suggestions how to correct it. This program to make each and every center spiritually strong should be the duty of the GBC. So far, financing, let them do in their own way, and you can simply advise them. Don't bother too much about financial matters, but your first concern should be book and magazine distribution. We have to increase our preaching propensity. That is our main business. So far, the center is concerned, the local president and others will manage. The GBC can supervise that things are going on. The local management has to be done by the temple president. The GBC should see whether management is going on nicely, and if there are any discrepancies that will be discussed at the GBC meeting in Mayapur. A guideline for how GBCs were to interact with presidents. Please be very sober in your dealings with these temple presidents. They are undoubtedly rendering a valuable service and are worthy of respect and encouragement. Temple presidents were to confer with and regularly submit reports to their zonal GBC secretary. Gaur Sundar in Hawaii is the GBC man for the South American zone. So you should also write to him in this connection and take his advice and make a report to him at least once in a month about what you are doing. GBC members were to monitor the functions of temples within their zone. The GBC's duties were to see that Prabhupada's books were always in stock, that BTG magazine was being published regularly, that accounts were being paid regularly, and that the devotional life in the temples was healthy. The role of GBCs were meant to complement that of temple presidents, helping them by, for instance, sending devotees where needed, but mostly leaving the day-to-day affairs for the presidents to deal with. If you require more men and women to teach there at Gurukul, you can send from your junior jurisdiction as GBC man of Central USA zone. You will not be too much involved with local temple management, but for management which will require the larger interests, that will be your responsibility as GBC. So you find out some teachers from your zone and send there. In summary, the GBC's business is to see that the president and members are doing nicely, following the regulative principles, chanting 16 rounds, and that other things are going on nicely. And admonition. I do not want that the GBC should be disrespectful to the temple presidents.
Okay, Prabhu. The devotee is complete.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Paramatmananda Prabhu. Start.
Troubleshooting. Despite Srila Prabhupada's repeated calls for cooperation in management, mutual harmony was hard to establish. Notwithstanding his pleas to be relieved from management, Srila Prabhupada was often obliged to intervene. Some samples from correspondence. Yesterday, my secretary received a telephone call from you indicating that everything was mended between yourself and Guru Kripa Maharaj. And then today he received a call from Guru Kripa Maharaj saying that the both of you were not cooperating. So what am I to do? I have appointed Guru Kripa Swami as the GBC for Japan, and for now at least it will be necessary to comply with him. He has suggested that you leave Japan while waiting for the reply from the Korean embassy there, South Korean maybe, Korean embassy there.
South Korea.
Yes. So you can please comply with his request. He suggested one island called Okinawa, where you could go for the time being, and if that is not possible, then you should come here to me in Hawaii. In my case, for whatever reasons, Guru Kripa Maharaj has requested like this, and he is delegated GBC by me. So follow this course of action for the time being so that things can go on peacefully in Japan. As you know, it is a very touchy situation with the government, and being GBC, Guru Kripa Swami is given sanction by me to develop the program along guidelines which he can choose. The GBC cannot whimsically change the temple president. There is a resolution to this effect. Why have you threatened to remove him and unnecessarily created this situation? A common area of contention was over territorial rights for book distribution. Regarding our traveling parties, I have got some complaint from London and other places. So I have given this policy that if any one party comes from outside, they must work under direct supervision and instruction of the local management, not that they shall remain separate competitor. No, I want to sell as many books as possible. That is the main thing. Selling books is the best preaching work. But there there may not be any complaint. Your traveling parties must cooperate with their local temple officers, and that means they shall operate wherever they are located, that they shall only sell books, no collecting without selling books, and that my profit above the wholesale price of the book must be given at least 50% to the local temple. Ultimately, it shall be up to the local temple president if the presence of your party is favorable or not. Everything is considered, and if he agrees, you may stay. Otherwise, if he judges it is unfavorable at the time, he may order you to go out. But just to avoid these things, better to arrange in advance with the GBC men concerned. Ours is a cooperative movement with Krishna and the advancement of Krishna's movement at the center. And we must continue to sell as many books as possible, but discuss everything among yourselves and do it nicely without irritating anyone. That is the art. From a secretary's letter,
Okay, I wanted to just tell one thing in this particular thing, wherein it's regarding travel Sankirtan parties. Mm, most of the book distributors, those who travel and distribute books and then again come to the local temple or wherever they are there. I have seen particularly that these book distributors don't do any service of that sort. They will think that they are book distributors and they will not do any services of that sort. Uh, I've seen at least in United States I have seen. Uh, at least in India also I have seen so many devotees. Um, we should not be like that. When they go out on books, after that they come to the temple, to the ashram. They should do every menial services so that they should not be puffed up thinking that, oh, we're distributing books, so many things. Yeah, so many things will be there. Oh, we cannot, temple devotees are in mental. They may be. Everybody is different. But from our part, we should engage. Why I'm saying is I'm telling for myself. It's not that I'm telling for everybody, whoever is there, they are distributors, they are devotees. You may not be. Uh, Actually, grahasthas, when they come to the temple, they feel very obliged if they do some service. I've seen so many grahasthas, they come to the temple and they think that they are doing smart service. They are doing whatever service they think that, oh, it's so fortunate they are. But those who live in the temples, they don't feel so fortunate, they will think that, Arey, yaar, wahi seva to hai. Same service I'm doing it since long time. It's not like that. Devotees from outside feel so enthusiastic to serve anybody. But those who live in the temple, they will feel this is the familiarity problem. So the traveling devotees, those who travel and then come back, you should not feel like a person who is like, oh, very very big person coming from outside. No need to cut a profile like that. Just do the menial services yourself, and that's good. That's healthy environment. So that there will not be, you know, they will not think that you are not a competitor like, person. So yeah, Prabhupada books need to be sold, but mm, It should not be superior. Superiority complex should not enter in your ears, in your head that, oh, the book distribution is the topmost service. Others are not. What is there? So yeah, that's one side point. Yes, Prabhu, continue.
Wherever they are located, that they shall only sell books. No collecting without selling books. Hare Krishna. Okay. I
Prabhu,
spoke to Srila Prabhupada
Prabhu, yeah, from a secretary's letter you read. So we have to read from
from.
here.
Mm-mm. I spoke to Srila Prabhupada today about a suggestion Jayatirtha had for the upcoming annual GBC meeting. I explained that last year the presidents were dissatisfied with the GBC resolutions and there was a great uproar and a kind of vigilant meeting of temple presidents. Naturally, Srila Prabhupada preferred that disputes be referred to the GBC rather than himself. He traced the root of conflict to spiritual deficiency. He first commented that why should there be conflicts, and then he preached about how this is what the karmis are doing and we are doing the same thing. Then he said that if there are conflicts, they should be resolved among the GBC. He explained that these conflicts arise if there is not following of regulative principles of chanting, etc. If these are not practiced, then there will be disturbances. A general rule for troubleshooting: if there is difficulty, we should discuss among ourselves and clear it. But there must be thorough discussion and understanding. With great hope that the seemingly endless stream of complaints could be resolved by this process of face to face meetings. Srila Prabhupada staked much importance on the annual GBC meeting. We shall sit together in Mayapur if there is any complaint against one another. At the Mayapur meeting, whatever we have decided, that is good for 1 year. So if anything has to be done, it will be decided by majority of decision of the GBC. I do not wish to give any decision without the GBC's verdict. My only grievance is that I appointed GBC to give me relief from the management, but on the contrary, complaints and counter complaints are coming to me. Then how can my brain be peaceful? Naturally, I want to see that all my centers are going nicely. So it is not possible to mitigate the differences of opinion and or work smoothly conjointly. The best thing is that we wait for the Mayapur meeting and decide there combinedly what to do. Regarding complaints by the sannyasis, these things shall be discussed in everyone's presence at the Mayapur meeting. Chapter 6: The Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust. To centralize the printing and distribution of his books, Srila Prabhupada conceived of the Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust (BBT) in 1970 as part of the direction of management.
Okay, Prabhu, somebody else can read. Yeah, for the other devotees also. Okay. Okay, Saurabh ji, you can read.
Hare Krishna. Really, starting from
Mhm.
this so far,
Yes, yes, yes.
okay, so far, as my books are concerned, I am setting up a different body of management known as the Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust. The trustees of this body are also members of the GBC, but their function is not dependent on the GBC. In March 1972, BBT India was formally established in Bombay and BBT California was established in Los Angeles shortly thereafter in May. Quickly, BBT publications came to be came to be known and respected as being superbly designed and produced. The trust was to collect the sales proceeds from each center and utilize all funds for the printing of Srila Prabhupada's books and the construction of ISKCON centers all over the world, ensuring that not a farthing is to be spent for any other purpose. Always very sensitive that ISKCON might do something whimsical and all of BBT's money would be drained and book publication stopped. Srila Prabhupada deliberately established the BBT as separate from ISKCON to protect his publications and rejected proposal to merge the two.
Okay, one
I
thing.
can
This this particular statement of Maharaj, you should keep it like it's like it should be written on the rocks, on the stone. It should be written and should be kept for millions of years because this is very, 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 very important. Actually, this inverted commas, always this where is this quote? I wanted to know where is this quote. This is secretary letters. Okay, Prabhupada's secretary letter. See here, Prabhupada is Maharaj is writing. This is very, very important. This whole thing is the reason why Srila Prabhupada made ISKCON and BBT separate organizations. You are understanding? This one is different. This is different. Actually, we should make it this way. Arey yaar. Okay. So this is different. This is different. Okay. Always very sensitive that ISKCON might do something whimsical. You see how Maharaj is putting, and all the BBT's money would be drained and publication stopped. This is very, very big statement. There is a sensitive issue that is gone. Why? Because uh, somebody's resound is coming from back. There is a disturbance. So what I'm saying is that I was part of this. I was part of a discussing with this regarding Prabhupada books should have footnotes. In 2000, I think 2004 or 5 or 2002, I think 2004 or 5, I think. Some ISKCON GBC members or sannyasis or individual devotees, they felt that ISKCON, the Prabhupada's books are too heavy for outsiders. They are getting turned off by reading the statements of Prabhupada, like mm, women are less intelligent, and there are so many places. It's unending. They have a list of things regarding the position of women, regarding rape, regarding Hitler, regarding polygamy, regarding widows should never get married. It is prostitution. So child marriage, regarding species or animals flying from one planet to another planet, and while they fly from one planet to another planet, they catch the elephants and eat in the air, and they lay eggs from one planet. These are all like statements which Prabhupada never gives reference for that, and this is taken. It should be taken as it is. But they felt that they need a footnote for all these. There are other. I'm not giving a very few examples. So they wanted to give footnote, and they made a presentation to the BBT. It is not I am making it up. You can look over if you have time, if you have energy, you can look over on internet wherever you want, whichever source, whomever senior devotee who was there previously, you can ask them. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong. So they wanted, and they put a whole committee about this in ISKCON, and they presented the whole thing to BBT. That why don't you put BBT? Because the BBT's main customer is ISKCON. They publish books of Prabhupada, and ISKCON is the main. ISKCON purchased from BBT. So they presented the whole thing as a committee and then presented it that these are the footnotes. They suggested that there should be footnotes for these books, and BBT rejected it at that time. And at that time, many devotees thought, why Prabhupada made it ISKCON and BBT separate? That was the time. If it would be ISKCON, if ISKCON would have been publishing these, ISKCON Press would be there, and they would have changed the books by now. They would have changed the books by now. And so many times, so many big people have usurped BBT money like anything. I should not tell the sannyasis names or anybody who are in ISKCON GBC as well as BBT trustees. They have usurped money like anything. They have squandered. They have taken away, looted like anything. But it didn't affect ISKCON. Neither ISKCON also so many money was looted. Neither both of them it happened. So it is not. This is very important. This is sensitive. Always very sensitive. ISKCON might do something whimsical. Yeah, they will do whimsical. Don't think. Actually, some devotees have a wrong notion, or I'm very direct. I don't want to tell the names of the devotees, but those people who are on YouTube, I'm telling they are famous. I'm giving in writing those who are famous preachers in ISKCON. They will not think an ISKCON is deviated. They will think that ISKCON is going on very nicely. Yes, ISKCON is going on very nicely. Book distribution. There's so many positive things are going on. Harinam is going on. Books are getting. But in many ways, 80%, 60%, 50% is gone devotee, is gone. You can see individually. They eat tofu, they eat meal maker or soya. They have hippie-like hair. They have beards. Matajis are dancing. Matajis having loose hair, wearing all sorts of pant and shirt in front of Prabhuji. They shake hands. They hug each other. Mataji, Prabhuji, in many temples. So these are all. There's so many things. Women liberation, female Diksha Guru, Krishna West, hospital, midday meals. What is that? Divya Chakshu eye camps. That name itself is Divya Chakshu eye camp. Uh, the shikha cutting the shikha, having small shikha so that nobody could see. Uh, Making Mataji to dance, making Mataji to give Lakle classes, and Brahmachari is also sitting and hearing. These are all. There are many. Deity worship is out of boundary, out of the stadium. Deity worship is out of the stadium. Bhagwan Bharose chal raha hai. It's all going on the trust of Krishna. That's all. They think that ISKCON is very nice. Yes, so many books are getting distributed. So many different people are becoming devotees. So much things preaching is going on. Prabhupada is very happy, but at the same time, the other side of the coin is also there. You see BBT publications, the quest for enlightenment. What kind of cover is that? Science of self-realization. What is that cover? What are you doing? Are you sane? Are you mad? Matchless gift. What is that? What kind of cover is this? Hare Krishna challenge. You see the cover of the book. Hare Krishna challenge. Prabhupada is closing the eyes and you have something on the Hare Krishna. Elevation to Krishna consciousness. What kind of cover is that? So, journey of self-discovery. This is gone case. In India, US at least, they have science of civilization Paramatma cover. Paramatma on the picture. The nucleus, Paramatma. In every atom. Nandarastam, Paramanu Charyantarastam. But this is all it's part of deviation. Srila Prabhupada deliberately established the BBT as a separate from ISKCON to protect his publication and rejected proposals to merge the two. It's not that it never got merged. Okay, we will read further. If that is covered or not, I hope so that is covered. We will see when Maharaj is covering that point or not. Okay. Hare Krishna. Continue to read.
I cannot at any cost risk BBT if ISKCON goes into liquidation. Why risk the BBT by amalgamating it into ISKCON. Therefore, I want to keep BBT separate.
See, this is very, very important. Prabhupada knows. Prabhupada is an acharya. He knows ISKCON sometimes, if ISKCON gets liquidation, what will happen? His books, see, Prabhupada was every time, there is no way Prabhupada was away from his books. We should always have that word. Prabhupada was more concerned with his books than his temples. Because what sometimes I give, like, book distribution lectures, and I say that if all the devotees of ISKCON are deviated, they are fall down, they are looped. If the big books are just there, then those devotees who get those books will again establish ISKCON. Will again bring back the whole thing about ISKCON. But if books are not there, there is no difference between art of living and us. There is no difference between Sadhguru and us. Rather, they are doing more nicely. They are having more, 22,000 acres in Tennessee. They are having 22,000 acres. Isha Foundation is having such a bogus rascal. He's like a bastard. He doesn't have any philosophy. He doesn't have anything of his. But what we have Prabhupada. We have holy name. We have deities. What we have Krishna. What that rascal has? He has nothing. What art of living has nothing. If we throw Prabhupada's books, there is nothing in ISKCON. Holy name will become. Nowadays they're doing Har Har Mahadev Kirtan. They're doing Shambho Shankara Kirtan. They're doing Kirtan for Ganesha. They will bring everything. So it's very, very important. How Varnashram is coming out. Presently, they read from Prabhupada's books. Uh, Ritualism is not there in Prabhupada's books. That's why they have to give letter as a so-called what is that evidence, so-called evidence, but not by any ISKCON devotee. That is Krishnakant Desai, some fellow Tom, Dick, Harry who has nothing to do with ISKCON, was not initiated by ISKCON devotee. Neither any ISKCON guru initiated. Neither he is Prabhupada's follower. He just made some cooked up something and made into a final order, which the Ritviks are rascals are reading every day. Prabhupada books are like, even if you take 1972 edition, even if you take 1982 edition, what does it matter? You become a devotee. And there are many devotees they are getting mad for 1972 edition, 82 edition. Are Baba, you're becoming devotee, your Krishna is surrendered. Why you don't know what is 1972 or 82? You read it. Whatever book you have to become, you have to surrender to Krishna. What is it for you, whether it is 1972 edition or 82 edition? Why are you so much becoming mad for that? So, so Prabhupada made it separate. Yes, can you please continue. It's very, very important. It's all things.
From secretary's letter, for the past 2 days, we have been going over the problem of the tax status of the BBT. Needless to say, the thought of merging BBT with ISKCON, even for a limited period, was not acceptable at all to Srila Prabhupada. The BBT was to be the sole agent overseeing the supply of books to ISKCON temples worldwide. In a memorandum sent to all ISKCON centers, Srila Prabhupada stipulated that all printing of ISKCON literature must be by the BBT or under their sanction and approval. To a sannyasi disciple who proposed to personally print a cookbook, Srila Prabhupada granted approval, but stipulated that the royalty should go to the BBT. So,
Okay,
money
bro,
acquisition.
we will stop here. Bro, we will stop here. I have to go to the kitchen for services, but I can give 1 minute or 2 minutes. Take up one question or two questions. But if anybody has anything to ask or say, so you can unmute yourself and speak. Yes, Prabhuji. Okay, yes. Anybody? something to say, you can speak out. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam.
Yes, Maharaj, tell me.
Prabhuji, nowadays we see many devotees, they are dissatisfied with the leaders. Why this is happening, Prabhuji? Why they don't have faith?
Mataji, one thing is that, see, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So when power comes, it is like that. We should accept one thing, and second thing is that mm, that's why we should hear Maharaj giving lectures on leadership. See, the thing is that anybody for that matter, if the leaders, if the people who are getting problem because of the leaders, they might there might be so many problems with the leaders. But those devotees who feel that we become victim of all those things, if they also become leaders, the same thing will continue because the position is like that. Maya works like that. We should understand like that. If the people who are under the leaders, if they are unable to gel with those leaders, let them open one a center and then see how it works, and then they will also turn out to be like that. It's not that the leaders are like that. The position being a leader, it is by itself like that. It is Maya works like that. It is not. See, I was also under so many leaders, but I was thinking why these leaders are behaving like this. But one point of time, I thought that it is like that. If I become a leader, also like that. If you become also leader, you will also be like that. But one thing we should understand: if we have ultimately we have to cooperate wherever we are, even if we go to, because we can't avoid leadership. We should understand. Even if we go to the spiritual world, there are already positions are fixed. Number one position, Radharani is fixed, who is serving Krishna. Under her, Manjaris are fixed. Under Manjaris, there are some Sakhis who are already fixed. We go as servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. I don't know whether Mataji is able to understand or not, but I'm trying to say. So every
Yes,
time every time there is somebody who is above us who will create problem. Every time it may be our own god brother or somebody else's guru's disciple. Anybody, even our own husband sometimes, or even our own wife will have we will not have proper cooperation with them. It is like that, Mataji. It's like that. This world is like that. What we should think is that whatever may be the things, so many politics, something happens, still we have to be in association of devotees. Still we have to take guidance from devotees. Still we need leaders. Still it is not that okay, previously there was child abuses cases, we had to pay so much, so there is no gurukuls. There should not be any gurukuls. Not like that. You get problem from one doctor, you go to another doctor. You have to seek a doctor. That you can't do your own. You can't check for yourself. You can't diagnose for yourself. If you are able to do it, fine. But still, you have to. We have to. Even if you do like that, still sometimes our own medicines may not work for ourselves. We be under somebody. Sometimes it will work out. We don't know. So instead of losing faith on the leadership per se, we may lose faith on a leader person. See, now it goes. There is one general scenario of leadership. There is another thing called leader, personal. So there is a person to person. It may vary. I may say that I don't like this leader. Okay, no problem. You go to some other place. You can maybe under some. I don't want leadership at all. This is nonsense. You cannot avoid leadership. Everywhere, some other person will be above you. So what these devotees do, what they want to do, I'm telling you in ISKCON, what is happening? They are fried with all leaders. What they will lose faith on leadership itself, and they are on their own. Even if you be on your own, still you will become mental. There's so many devotees are on their own. Why? Because they can't cooperate with anybody. Don't do like that. Every time think that Trinadapi Sunichena. How will we know that we are Tiratapi Sunichena, Taroreva Saishna? Amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari. How will you test yourself? If you are under somebody or if you are with somebody, then you will know how much tolerant you are, how much patient you are, how much qualities. That is the test. We should not. We may have. We may have. We may not have faith on this leader, that leader, depending on the person to person. But we should not lose faith on leadership per se itself, because we can't avoid that. That's what I am trying to make it myself. Why I stay in the temple? Okay, I'm alone. They may say, no, I'm not alone. Somebody may say, I'm not alone. No, I'm in the temple. I'm always conversing devotees, meeting devotees. That is the healthy environment. Somebody will scold us. No problem. I'm getting scoldings for even from juniors sometimes. They will tell, oh, what is, no problem. Let us get. Sometimes you may say, Prabhu, why are you speaking so much? You get into pop politics. No problem. We will know our own attitudes is the problem. Okay, it is my problem, so I should rectify it. So don't think that if you are alone you are in mental. I'm telling you, those devotees who are lonely and this one, they are not under anybody or they're not coming, they are more or less like some case. Never. We may have problem with one leader. Okay, give up that. Okay, discuss with your guru or seniors, whoever have faith. Be under somebody else, be under somebody else, be under somebody. That is a very, what is that? What I can say, very healthy environment. That's what I can tell. There's so many things I can speak, but Maharaj has already spoken lengthy on all these things. Still, you may find faults in even in Maharaj lectures, because the point is that that's not happening. You may say, because Maharaj is speaking, but that's not happening in Maharaj Satya. You may say that's not happening all over the world in ISKCON. But still, that is the principle we have to follow. Otherwise, Dinadapi Sunichena verse, you cannot manifest being alone. I am telling you, it's not possible. When there is rock and one rock falls on another rock, there will be some sparks. We should understand. So this is what my understanding. If devotees have different understanding, they can know. And we can speak out this. This is very, very important. Okay. Mataji, are you, I'm not say
Yes,
are
yes.
you okay? But you got my
Yeah.
point.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Your
Ju-
points
just
are
like the
valid.
just like the husband and wife, even if they have so many differences. I know my mother and father, they are from the different same womb, like same blood. They are like what I can say. They are my father is father's father is and my mother's mother father, my father's mother and my mother's father, both are brother and sister. So they are like blood relations. Still they fight a lot, but still, they never thought that we will separate, we will leave, we will take divorce. No, it's like that. It happens. So the same thing happens with the leader. Okay, now we are thinking to give up the leader, but we can't give up the husband and wife now. We can't divorce them. But they are doing it. Why they are doing it? Because they want to be independent. So by independence, nothing can work. We have to be always under some leader. Okay, we may not have faith on particular person called leader. Okay, give that person up, no problem. Don't offend them unnecessarily. Don't badmouth and tell he is like this, he is like this, he is like this. Instead of this, cooperate with somebody else. So that's what I am thinking. Cooperate with somebody else. But you can't per se avoid leadership. That is not possible. That is what I am trying to explain. You can't escape leadership per se. In the spiritual world, there is leadership, there is hierarchy. How can you avoid that? There is somebody above you who is going to give you the service. They will tell you, you have to do like this, you have to do like this. Oh, Manjaris will never think, why Radharani is giving service, we know. Why Sakis are thinking, oh, Manjaris are giving service for us. They don't think like that. So if we don't live here, how can we expect to live cooperate with those people in the spiritual world? It is very, very important to understand. You can't avoid leadership. Understand. Everywhere, some other person will be there who is above you, is your leader. Per se leader, that's all. You may say, I don't want to come. If you don't come, it's your fault. It's your under loss. Temple is not under loss. We have to take that thing. We have to tolerate. Mataji, Prabhuji's, whoever I'm speaking to, you please understand, we have to tolerate the person, then we can live. Okay, no problem. I tolerate. I am saying I'm living every day. Some other day, every day I get some other complaints that you are doing like this, you are doing like this. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? I think it is good for me. Arey Baba, instead of getting praising every time, getting bashings and go for good distribution, that's fine, good for me. In that way, we will always be humble, patient, always be resilient. This is what is important for devotees. No problem. अरे devotees तो हैं, they are devotees, fine. Let them cut us, no problem. Outside people are doing so much nonsense. Arey, you go to, there is a house in Rajasthan, 185 people are living in one house. 185 people are living in one house. There is a family in Rajasthan, they are living 185 people are living in one house. There is father and mother are there too. They are living brothers. They're living in one house since generations. They cook for everybody. Everybody cooks. Everybody cooperates. You go and see on internet. It's there, but we don't have any cooperation. Huh? So how is that? So please understand. I can speak to you all these things later. But for the time being, I need to leave. And then thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhescha vipasindevi chapritanam bhavnevi vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, प्रभु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, धर्म भक्ति विकास महाराज की जय, द मूड एंड विजन ऑफ श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण. Sorry, I have to leave now. So people are asking me to come. So I have to go
Hare
immediately.
Krishna.
It's not good. Hare